Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to look at Module 5, Lesson 3, which is all about estimating volume. Hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use an everyday object to estimate the volume of a right rectangular prism. So we're going to look at Spark Your Learning. It says, Nicole is sending care packages to troops overseas. She places boxes of cards of the same size into a large box, as shown. Estimate how many boxes of cards Nicole can place in the large box. How do you know? So we're going to start by looking at our picture here. And we're going to look to see the whole box. We can see is 14 centimeters. And the height of the cards is 2 centimeters. So I want to see how many cards can be stacked. So we're going to do 14 divided by 2. And that equals 7. So that means we're going to have 7 layers. Then I need to see how many boxes are in one layer. So if we look across here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have back, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do 7 times 6, which is 42. So that means 42 decks of cards. In a layer. So then we would do 42 times 7 to see how many total cards there would be if there are 42 decks in each layer. So 42 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 1 is 29. So that means we have about, because we are estimating, 294 decks of cards. Or boxes. And we're going to go to the next page then. So if Billy packs pasta boxes into one of 2 larger boxes for a local food bank. She wants to pack at least 29 pasta boxes in one of the larger boxes. Which box should she use? So we're going to start with how many pasta boxes are shown in the bottom layer of each larger box. How do you know? So if we look at box 1, we have 3 across and 2 back. So we're going to do 3 times 2 equals 6. We have 2 rows of 3. And then box 2 is 3 by 3. So that equals 9. So we have 3 rows of 3. Does knowing only how many pasta boxes are in the bottom layer of each larger box help you determine which box Billy should use? And explain your thinking. Well, I mean, if I have 6 and 9, I could build both of them up to have at least 29. 6 times 5 equals 30. 9 times 4 equals 36. So those would be both work. But boxes aren't necessarily going to hold an unlimited amount. So no. because the boxes have different heights. This is what are the volumes of box 1 and box 2 in terms of the number of pasta boxes that fit inside each larger box? Well, box 1, we said, has an area of 6, or there's 6 in the bottom layer. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacked. So box 1 is going to be 6 times 5, which is going to equal 30 pasta boxes. Then if we come up here, we have the 9 pasta boxes on the bottom and the layer of 3. So box 2 is going to be 9 times 3, which equals 27 pasta boxes. So then it says, which box should Billy use and how do you know? Well, box 1, because it holds about 30 pasta boxes. And 30 is greater than 29. Then we're ready to go on to the next page. So a company sends boxes of phones from its warehouse. The volume of each phone and its protective packaging is 12 cubic inches. How many phones are in the bottom layer? So we're going to go across. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 5 times 4 equals 20 phones. Then how many layers are shown in the box? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 layers. How many phones are in the box? Well, we multiply. 20 times 6. And I know that 6 times 2 is 12, and then I can just add my 0. So 120 phones. Then it says, how can you estimate the volume of the box? Well, if there are 120 phones, and we know that each phone in the packaging is 12 cubic inches, we can multiply the number of phones by the volume of each phone. So we're going to multiply the volume of each phone in the packaging by the number of phones. So if we do that, so if we do 120 times 12, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. Then we make a 0, place a 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1. We add 0 plus 0 is 0, 4 plus 0 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, and then we have 1. So that means we're going to have 1,440 and it's cubic inches, or 1,440 inches cubed. Just another way to write it. So that is all for today's lesson. Hopefully now you're able to use everyday objects to estimate the volume of a right rectangular prism. Remember, in order to be a math person, all you have to do is be a person and do math.